I met a hula mistress somewhere in Waikiki. She was selling pineapple and playing ukulele. When I went to the girl, come on, teach me to sway. She laughed and whispered to me, "Has come tonight to the bay." Loving beach and sky, the moons of Kauai, around Calypso Sarong. We'll be singing this song. I got do, push pineapples, shake the trees. I got do, push pineapples, ground coffee. To the left, to the right, jump up and down and turn the knees. Come and dance every night with the hula melody. Galore. Welcome to Brighton Beach. This is the old Brighton Pier, built in 1866 and then destroyed by a fire in 2003. I guess that's a sunset. Just wanted to sort of talk about, this is the second vlog I've done about gigs. Over the last 3 months I've been doing an average of 10 gigs per month, which is much more intense than I've kind of been doing prior to that. So it's really good to have gotten that sort of stage time in. I did talk about the first few in a previous vlog, but obviously I'm now sort of reflecting across that sort of 3-month period. And I think it's been really interesting. I've done some sort of in the home counties as well, some longer sets, one not too far from here about a month ago, a couple over in Essex. So it's been nice to obviously develop that longer form, which I've enjoyed as well. Sort of feeling like you've got a bit more time to sort of like allow to weave certain bits together. But overall, just in terms of doing all the open spots in London, I think it's allowed me to sort of develop material a lot faster. I've been sort of like working on material that's more in line with, the show that I'm trying to produce, and more consistent with the persona as I get a stronger sense of what that is. I'm sort of writing more in that character rather than just sort of scattergun. So having that opportunity to sort of iterate the material and work through it, I think has been really helpful, and just kind of kept me a little bit more interested, where I'm sort of developing material faster, and then I don't feel like, it's been a couple of weeks since I've like tried that or done that bit, so I actually need to like keep that polished. I'm like, well, I actually did that last week, so I can afford to try something new again this evening because I've just got more opportunities. So all of that's really positive, really enjoying the sort of intensity of gigs there. I mean, it is a lot of gigs, particularly with the bringers. You can end up seeing, if you're with a performance, you can end up spending 15, 16 nights of your month at open mic comedy. But then the other side product to that is that you end up sort of seeing a lot of the same faces, and that sort of overcomes, I'm quite an introverted guy that sort of struggles to just have, sort of small talk conversations, and just seeing someone, maybe once a week, just by default on the circuit, means that you feel like you're sort of, you overcome that barrier a little bit quicker, you feel part of the community. So I feel like a bit less of an imposter than perhaps I have done historically, which is a really nice sort of place to be. I think the one thing I have struggled with, though, more so, is that when you are doing those things and you're like, some of those nights can be really long. The last one I've just done was on Friday. I was like 14th act on, I think, a 16-act bill Friday night. There was a reasonable crowd there, but they were tired by that point. They all had a few drinks, and then me coming on and asking them, going, "Oh, can you just like focus one more for some sort of esoteric whimsy that I'm going to try and do, where you've really got to kind of focus and remember who Mikhail Gorbachev is and stuff." I think that's like a super tough sell, and I'm sort of aware of that, and I have other jokes that are a little bit more accessible. But then it's sort of like, if you've got that professionalism, you go, okay, well, let me try and respond to that crowd. That's probably what you should be doing. But then you've taken the evening out of your time. Most of the time you're not getting paid. And so it's then going, well, I want to try this new bit that I prepared. And so you are setting yourself up for failure in terms of laughter. You're not optimizing that. But, it's that trade-off. You feel like you need to get something out of it for yourself. And I'm probably not quite struck the balance there at times. So I think there's a learning there for me. Another 6 gigs in the calendar at the moment for December. Hopefully I'll pick up another couple more. But obviously, like, the last couple of weeks of December are pretty dead for like open mics. So always going to be a few less. Really enjoying the intensity of the gigs, the stage time, getting to know people, developing material. So it's overall been a really positive experience, kind of gigging that a bit more intensely. So hopefully be able to keep that up into the new year. Hopefully get increasingly longer slots as well, which is starting to happen. I think the average is creeping up. I do track that kind of thing. Just keep writing material in line with the show. So anyway, hope you well. Thank you. Enjoy the sunset. Next video should be here. Enjoy.